What if the chaos in our world today isn't random, but actually evidence of humanity's collective healing process? This hopeful perspective rests in the understanding that underlying our universe is a non-physical field of intelligence, a field of love, of life, and of consciousness. This video explores humanity's role in this expanding field of awareness. Our human evolution is a twofold process. Personally, it is called individuation. Collectively, it is called the stages of human development, which we have explored in earlier videos as theorized by the philosopher Ken Wilber. This video explores the crucial inner work necessary for individuation. Because the more sovereign, the more present, the more individuated I am, the more I embody the universe's capacity to love. The poet Rumi has this to say about love.
Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it.
Oh, so much easier said than done. It is so much more convenient to look outside of ourselves for the source of our isolation. Rumi again points us towards maturation.
Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I'm changing myself.
Where does one seek the barriers to love within oneself? The answer is the hidden places, in the shadows. Which brings us to the topic of shadow work, and the individual and collective inner work necessary to evolve love, life, and consciousness. To begin this exploration, we'll refer back to the stages of human development and the leap of consciousness from a mythic way of thinking to a rational one. This unprecedented scientific approach gave humanity a new objectivity regarding the outer world and also the inner self. In the external world, this objectivity looks at, labels, measures, and quantifies things. In the inner world, this objectivity looks at the things that make it up, specifically one's emotions and thoughts. Here is the domain of shadow work and the process of seeking all barriers to love that Rumi spoke of. This is the essence of mindfulness meditation, a process of differentiation, of awareness that I am not my thoughts or emotions, but the self who is in this present moment witnessing them. Shadow work is so integral to our individual and collective capacity to hold higher states of consciousness that it is worth spending a bit of time understanding how and where shadows arise, and even what is meant by the word shadow. The following is a simplified exploration of shadow work. For each of us, shadow material arises individually in the course of life, as well as from our ancestors, and via the imprint of our collective cultures. Let's begin with our own individual shadow, because we all encounter difficulties in the process of life, which need safe places to allow our nervous systems to heal and decompress. Trauma happens when there is not a safe place for an overwhelming event to be integrated. The unprocessed experience stays held in the physical body and in the subtle, non-physical structures of the light body. This area of contracted energy, of suppressed light, is the shadow. This is a remarkable self-protective ability of the physical and non-physical nervous systems. Shadow work is the process of finding the safety needed to allow the unfelt, unconscious energy and emotions to enter into one's consciousness to be released. The unprocessed trauma that we inherit from our ancestors and absorb from our collective environments requires the same process of illuminating their shadowy nature so that their distortions can also be made conscious and released. In previous videos, we have discussed humanity's stages of development and how evolution is triggered by infusions of light, downloaded through our crowns, and then descending, slowing down in frequency as each chakra absorbs the light. This means that the activations of light are initially absorbed by the higher chakras associated with the brain and mind, followed by the lower chakras. The shadow material held within the layers of the light body can obscure and distort this process, significantly interrupting heart-brain-mind coherence. Light entering the crown activates the individuation process. When it cannot adequately include the heart, a hyper-mental individualism occurs. This overblown individualism we see particularly in the West is not a problem of individuation, but the result of the distortions of trauma that limit the mind's integration with the intelligence of the heart. On a collective level, the unconscious pain of individualism can become institutionalized in opportunistic, even predatory behaviors within political agendas, corporate greed, and the military-industrial complex. There is one other important aspect to understand about downloads of light. Their higher vibration raises the frequency of the entire light body, the positive effect being the raising of one's consciousness. The not-so-easy simultaneous effect is that the unfelt shadow material also raises in frequency, pushing itself into one's awareness to be healed. Thus, the massive infusions of light that we are receiving not only awaken us, they also bring the suppressed shadow material to the surface. On a global level, this huge infusion of light and its triggering repercussions is affecting everyone, everywhere, regardless of their level of psychological sophistication. Across the planet, vast amounts of unfelt individual and collective shadow material, whether political, social, cultural, racial, religious, or sexual, financial, industrial, climate, or medical, all of this across the entire planet is being pushed to the surface. Is it any wonder that we are uncertain, stressed out, and afraid? And yet, there is hope. When we can view the instability of our current era not as random, meaningless chaos, but as the path through which our suppressed histories seek awareness, healing, and integration. In addition, the same infusions of light that are bringing our suppressed planetary collective trauma to the surface are simultaneously pouring into each and every person the heightened creativity that can lead to the breakthroughs so needed at this critical crossroads. Hi, my name is Amah Sia. I'm the creator of the Decoding Consciousness video series. If you liked the video you just saw, please subscribe. It would mean so much to me, and it helps to keep the content coming. Thank you.